Homeless at 18, she reopened her mother's forgotten nail salon. When she opened the door, rain soaked Mia's hoodie as she sat behind the bus station with $32 in her pocket and nowhere to sleep. At 18, she officially had nothing. Not a home, not family, not even a phone charger that worked properly. 3 months earlier, she'd been sleeping on her aunt's couch. Then came the fights about being useless, eating too much, and not contributing enough. The final argument ended with a trash bag full of her clothes thrown onto the lawn. Now she spent nights pretending she wasn't scared. But tonight felt different because of the envelope. The old, wrinkled envelope sat in her backpack, addressed in her mother's handwriting. Mia had avoided opening it for 2 years. Ever since her mother died from a sudden stroke, Mia avoided everything connected to her. The memories hurt too much. But hunger has a strange way of forcing people forward. She finally opened the envelope under the flickering bus stop light. Inside was a tiny silver key and a note. Mia, if life ever corners you, go back to the salon. Don't sell it. Don't trust Victor. And whatever you do, open the red drawer last. Love, Mom. Mia stared at the note while thunder cracked overhead. The salon. Her mother's tiny nail salon downtown. Lena's Nails. Closed for 2 years. Forgotten. She finally opened the envelope under the flickering bus stop light. Inside was a tiny silver key and a note. Mia, if life ever corners you, go back to the salon. Don't sell it. Don't trust Victor. And whatever you do, open the red drawer last. Love, Mom. Mia stared at the note while thunder cracked overhead. The salon. Her mother's tiny nail salon downtown. Lena's Nails. Closed for 2 years. Forgotten by everyone except overdue tax collectors. Mia laughed bitterly. A dusty nail salon saves me? Great plan, Mom. Still, it had a roof. An hour later, she stood in front of the shop. The pink sign barely worked. One letter buzzed weakly in the dark. LNA's Nails. The windows were covered in dust. Old flyers peeled from the glass. Mia slid the silver key into the lock. Click. The door creaked open. The smell hit first. Acetone, dust, and faint lavender perfume. Her mother's perfume. Mia froze. For a second, it felt like her mom would walk out from the back room yelling, "Don't touch my snacks, Mia!" Instead, silence. She stepped inside slowly. Everything remained exactly the same. The manicure chairs, the drying stations, the tiny candy bowl near the register. Even the ridiculous flamingo clock still hung crooked on the wall. Mia smiled for the first time in weeks. "Okay, Mom," she whispered. "I'm here." Then the lights suddenly flickered on by themselves. Mia jumped so hard she nearly screamed. Cool. Haunted salon. Perfect. She walked behind the counter and found old employee records, unpaid bills, and dusty nail polish bottles worth maybe 3 cents combined. Nothing useful. Then her stomach growled. She checked drawers hoping for cash. Nothing. One drawer contained expired mints and exactly 1 paperclip. Fantastic. I'm rich. But when she reached the back office, she noticed something strange. The desk drawer was slightly open. Inside sat a small stack of cash. $300. Mia blinked. What the? Underneath the money was a sticky note. For emergencies. Her mother's handwriting again. Mia suddenly burst into tears. Ugly tears. The kind that make your chest hurt. Because somehow, even after death, her mother had still tried protecting her. After crying for 10 straight minutes, Mia wiped her face and looked around the salon again. Maybe she could clean it up. Maybe reopen it. Maybe survive. Crazy idea? Absolutely. But desperate people do desperate things. She grabbed a broom from the closet and started cleaning. Dust flew everywhere. At one point, she accidentally knocked over an old mannequin hand and screamed loud enough to scare herself. Congratulations, Mia. Defeated by fake fingers. By midnight, the front lobby actually looked decent. Not good, but less haunted. Mia sat on one of the manicure chairs eating vending machine crackers for dinner when she noticed something odd near the back hallway. A door. She frowned. She didn't remember that door existing before. Slowly, she walked toward it. The knob was cold, locked, and scratched deeply around the edges, like someone had tried forcing it open before. Then she noticed another thing. Tiny, fresh footprints in the dust, leading directly to the door. Not old footprints. Fresh. Mia's breathing slowed, because she knew one terrifying thing. Those footprints were not hers. Before we continue, tell me, where are you watching from? I'm curious to know. Mia stepped backwards slowly. The salon suddenly felt freezing cold. Fresh footprints. Inside a locked building. At midnight. Okay, maybe homeless shelters aren't that bad after all. She grabbed the nearest weapon she could find. A pink bedazzled nail lamp. Not exactly terrifying, but emotionally aggressive. Murder by manicure, she whispered nervously. The hallway lights flickered as she moved toward the locked door again. The scratches around the knob looked recent. Someone definitely tried opening it. Or getting out. Mia swallowed hard. Hello? Silence. Then, thump. A loud noise came from behind the door. Mia nearly launched the nail lamp across the room. Nope. Another thump. Then silence again. Her brain screamed at her to run. But something else bothered her more. Her mother's note. Don't trust Victor. Victor was her mother's ex-business partner. The same guy who disappeared right after the salon shut down. The same guy who told everyone the business was drowning in debt. The same guy who tried convincing Mia to sign ownership papers after her mother died. At the time, Mia was 16 and too numb to question anything. Now it felt wrong. Very wrong. Mia pulled out her phone flashlight and checked the office again. There had to be answers somewhere. She searched every cabinet, every folder, every dusty box. Most contained boring receipts and customer records. Then she found a hidden envelope taped underneath the desk. Inside was a photograph. Her mother stood smiling beside a man in a suit. Victor. But behind them was something strange. A wall safe. Mia looked up immediately. The exact same wall in the office now had a giant mirror hanging over it. Her pulse quickened. No way. She yanked the mirror down. Crash. Glass exploded across the floor. Sorry, Mom. Behind the mirror sat a small black safe. Mia stared at it in shock. Okay, definitely not normal nail salon behavior. The keypad required 4 digits. She tried her mother's birthday. Wrong. Her own birthday. Wrong. Then she noticed faded writing scratched near the bottom corner. L. Her mother's name was Lena. Suddenly, Mia remembered something. As a kid, her mom always joked, "Luckiest day of my life? The day you were born, July 11. 7-Eleven. Beep. The safe clicked open. Inside sat stacks of paperwork and bundles of cash. A lot of cash. Mia's jaw dropped. At least $50,000. Maybe more. What in the actual... Under the cash sat a flash drive and another handwritten note. Mia, if you're reading this, something went wrong. Victor has been stealing from me for years. I collected proof. If anything happens to me, do not let him take the salon. Trust Officer Alina Ruiz. And Mia, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you longer. Mia's hands trembled. Her mother knew. She knew someone betrayed her. Then another sound came from the locked hallway door. This time clearer. A cough. A human cough. Mia slowly turned. Someone was definitely behind that door. Her mind raced. Call police? Run? Pretend she was dead? The cough came again. Weak. Almost desperate. Against every survival instinct, Mia walked closer.
"Who's there?" A raspy voice answered immediately. "Mia?" Her blood froze. Nobody should know she was here. "Who are you?" Silence. Then, "I worked for your mother." Mia gripped the nail lamp tighter. "How do you know my name?" The voice coughed again. "Because your mother hid me here." Mia stared at the door in disbelief. That sentence made absolutely no sense. What? She said Victor would come back eventually. Every instinct screamed danger, but the voice sounded exhausted, not threatening. Mia looked around desperately until she spotted keys hanging inside the office. One tiny rusted key had red tape wrapped around it. Her mother's note suddenly echoed inside her head. Open the red drawer last. Red. Why did everything red suddenly feel illegal? Mia walked to the hallway door carefully. Her hands shook so badly the key barely fit. The voice behind the door whispered urgently, "Mia, if Victor knows you found the safe, you're already in danger." Click. The lock opened. Mia slowly pulled the door open and gasped. Because sitting inside the hidden room was a man she recognized instantly from childhood. A man everyone believed disappeared 2 years ago. Victor's younger brother. And he looked terrified. But before Mia could speak, the front salon door suddenly slammed open. Heavy footsteps entered the building, and a deep male voice echoed through the lobby. Well, looks like Lena's daughter finally came home. Mia's heart nearly stopped. Heavy footsteps moved across the salon floor slowly, confidently, like the person already owned the place. The terrified man inside the hidden room whispered fast, "You have to hide." "Hide where?" Mia hissed. Victor's voice echoed again from the front lobby. "Mia, I know you're here." The man grabbed her wrist. "Listen carefully. Your mother recorded everything. Victor ruined her." Mia yanked her arm back. "Then help me understand what's happening." No time. Another step. Closer. Mia's mind raced wildly before landing on the dumbest possible plan. She grabbed a random towel from a shelf and threw it over the man's head. "Don't move." What kind of hiding spot is this? The emotional support kind. She slammed the hidden room shut and locked it, just as Victor appeared at the hallway entrance. He looked older than Mia remembered. Expensive coat, silver watch, cold eyes. But the smile? That fake,
oily smile remained exactly the same. "There you are," Victor said softly. Mia crossed her arms. "You break into abandoned salons often?" Victor chuckled. "You have your mother's attitude." "Good. She hated you." For a split second, his smile twitched, then returned immediately. "I came to help you." "Sure, and raccoons do taxes." Victor sighed dramatically. "Your mother left behind debt. Big debt. Selling this place is your best option." Mia stared at him carefully. "You seem very desperate to own a dead nail salon." Victor's eyes narrowed slightly. That tiny reaction confirmed everything. Bingo. Mia walked toward the front desk casually, while secretly slipping the flash drive into her hoodie pocket. "What's actually in this building, Victor?" "Nothing." Too fast. Too defensive. Mia smiled. "Interesting answer." Victor stepped closer. "Mia, your mother trusted the wrong people." "No," Mia said quietly. "She trusted you." Silence filled the salon. Rain hammered outside. Then Victor's expression changed completely. The friendly act disappeared. "You should have signed those papers years ago." There it was. The real Victor. Cold. Angry. Cornered. Mia's pulse hammered. "You stole from her." Victor laughed once. "She was weak. Emotional. That business would have collapsed without me. You destroyed her." "She destroyed herself." Mia wanted to throw an entire manicure chair at his head. Instead, she said carefully, "She kept records." Victor froze. Just briefly. But Mia saw it. Fear. "You're bluffing." "Am I?" Victor suddenly moved forward aggressively. "Mia, give me whatever you found." "No." His voice lowered dangerously. "You have no idea what you're involved in." At that exact moment, police sirens screamed outside. Victor's face drained of color. Mia blinked. Wait, what? The hidden room door suddenly burst open. Victor's younger brother stumbled out holding a cell phone. "I called them 20 minutes ago." Victor spun around furiously. "You idiot!" Turns out, Victor's brother had secretly been helping Lena collect evidence years earlier. When Victor discovered it, he trapped his own brother inside the hidden room during the chaos surrounding Lena's death. Not permanently, just long enough to disappear with the money. But the brother escaped occasionally through an old back entrance, surviving quietly while trying to gather proof against Victor. Insane? Absolutely. Therapy-worthy? Without question. Police stormed inside seconds later, and standing beside them was Officer Elena Ruiz, the exact officer from Lena's note. Victor tried talking his way out. Didn't work, especially after Mia handed over the flash drive containing years of stolen transactions, threats, and recorded conversations. As officers dragged Victor away, he looked directly at Mia. "This salon will bury you too." Mia smiled coldly. "Then I'll redecorate the grave." 3 months later, Lena's nails reopened. Except now, the place looked incredible. Fresh paint, modern chairs, plants everywhere. No creepy hidden prisoners. Huge improvement. Mia worked non-stop learning the business. At first, customers came because they loved Lena. Then, they stayed because of Mia. She was funny, honest, and somehow turned every appointment into free therapy mixed with chaos. One elderly customer even told her, "I came for nails and left emotionally healed." The salon exploded online after a customer posted, "Homeless girl rebuilds mother's forgotten business." Millions watched. Within a year, Mia opened a second location, then a third. But every night before closing, she still touched the old flamingo clock hanging crooked on the wall. Because no matter how successful she became, this place started with a scared homeless girl opening one forgotten door and finding her mother waiting for her on the other side. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Sometimes the smallest forgotten places hold the biggest